All right. Phil, you've had a little bit of time now to see the team. This is really loud. I really don't, but they said I do. What have you seen from the squad so far going into the game tomorrow? And what do you hope to accomplish from the game tomorrow? Should we expect to see starters? Should we expect to see newer players? Like, what is your philosophy going into the game tomorrow? Thank you.
Well, I think we've had 10 to 12 really intense days. So tomorrow is the first official sort of like minutes in front of the fans on the stadium here against an opposition team. We've had a little bit of a scrimmage from within, which went really well. So I think what you've noticed over the last couple of days, you see a little bit different feeling with the players and excitement to get out there and play in front of our fans and in the stadium against a real top class opposition. They will be, everybody will play 45 minutes. We'll have two teams playing 45 minutes. We want to get as many players through those 45 minutes. I think we're now in that building phase where it's now games. They've put some really hard yards in. Now it's about the games, and what we want to see now is a little bit of what we've been trying to work on now being transferred onto a game against a team that are probably 6-7 weeks ahead of us in their preparation. So it's going to be really difficult, but I think that's what we want. We want difficult challenges, we want difficult tests. We want to expose our team to the hardest games, and I think tomorrow has come at just the right time. You know, there's always a certain amount of days and training sessions that you can do before the players say we want games. We want games. We want to score. We want to feel the back of the net. We want to see our supporters. We want to feel that tension. So tomorrow's going to be a really interesting game because we're going to expose some of our younger players. You know, Ben-Har, Kramashi, Harvey, Noah, Izzy Boatwright will play. David Ruiz maybe get minutes as Schneider Bojolin will play as well. So these players are going to be exposed in situations where we're going to have to see them play, and then we've obviously got other players like Cole, Robbie Robinson coming back from long-term injuries that are going to get minutes. So it'd be interesting to see how they are as well.
We'll go to Andrea.
Bueno, mi pregunta es para Leonardo. Leo, anunció el equipo oficialmente hoy tu contrato, que te quedas acá hasta el 2024. Si nos puedes contar un poco cómo se dio tu decisión, cómo decidiste quedarte acá y cuáles son tus sensaciones. And one for Phil, I wanted to ask you your reaction to the League Cup announcement. Cruz Azul is going to come play with you guys, or well, you are going to play them somewhere. So I wanted to get your reaction on that. Thank you.
Bueno, sí, la verdad que feliz por como lo que tú dices, feliz de formar parte de esta institución, que siempre estaré agradecido con ellos. Me abrió las puertas cuando necesitaba un equipo que me dé la confianza, que me muestre y que me haga sentir importante. Quiero que lo demostré en el campo de juego. Como lo dije la otra vez, sé que tengo un techo muy alto y sé que puedo conseguir cosas aún más grandes. Y esa es mi mentalidad. Esta temporada sé que hacen aún mejor que la pasada y trabajo día a día en relación y agradecimiento al club que me abrió las puertas, como te digo. Así que la verdad feliz, mi familia muy feliz de que está acá en mi segunda casa. Así que nada, ahora a seguir trabajando para lo que se viene.
Yeah, I mean, we're really looking forward to the League's Cup. I mean, it feels a million miles away at this moment in time, but I think that period of the season, I think it'd be really exciting to get that break in the season to attack another competition with great rewards at the end of it. I think I said in my opening press conference last week that we're going to attack every competition that we're going to be in, playing against top class opposition. And you saw with the friendly games that we've had here with the national teams and obviously River Plate was here last week against Millonarios. You know, I feel this community really love, you know, the Mexicans, the Colombians, the Venezuelans, you know, they love coming supporting in these types of fixtures. So I think it's going to be really exciting, but tough, you know, because it's against the best teams in Mexico.
Ian?
Thank you, Rafa. Phil, we keep going back to last year when so much was turnover and this year not as much. Just again, how are you feeling now with, I think, week 3 compared to this time last year when you were trying to institute so many new players? This is a little bit more normal for you.
Yeah.
Well, I was just going to ask, with the introduction of Joseph, if you've gotten to talk with him and your relationship, how you think that partnership is going to work for you guys.
Well, I think tomorrow, I mean, I think the first thing tomorrow is that Joseph won't play. Ryan Saylor, Bryce Duke won't play, Motta won't play. It's a little bit too early for those guys. Victor Joe, there's 50-50. So we're not going to have everyone out there that we want. So I'd say that we're just going to be a little bit patient. We're going to make sure that we get through the 6-7 games we've got in pre-season, making sure that the main aim is 25th of February. Everybody's fit for selection, and that I've got a really difficult job. So tomorrow we're a little bit mix and match in terms of the teams. We haven't obviously got the centre forward that we want to probably start with Leo, and a couple of those starters with the team. Stefanelli's not here, Negri's not here either. So we're still probably 6 or 7 players down on where we want to be. But by the time we play scrimmages against New England, maybe we're going to have everybody here, and that's going to be a real challenge and real exciting opportunity for everyone to stay there playing for the first game of the season. I always think in pre-season, when we were naming the 2 teams today and going through, you saw some faces happy and still some faces a little bit, oh, I'm not in that team or this team. And I always think in pre-season it's more about the individual performance. Get the individual performance right, and you want to be in the starting 11 against Montreal. Yes, there's team things that we want to see nicely, but it's the first scrimmage. You're going to be a little bit rusty. You've not played for 2 or 3 months, and you're going to have to be patient with yourself and your teammates. But we're building a roster with incredible depth now, and hopefully that will make my job really difficult. But we have got consistency compared to last year when we were just all meeting each other. Leo knows me, I know Leo. So there's less communication, there's less talk, there's more an understanding of what we want.
And well, your question I'm going to answer in Spanish instead of easier. Sí, definitivamente hablé con Joseph cuando llegó. La verdad, primero que nada, para ser un gran jugador, ha hecho una tremenda carrera acá en la MLS. Es una muy buena persona. Hicimos una muy buena conexión desde el primer día. Me aconseja bastante en los entrenamientos, como lo hice con Gonzalo, que puedo aprender muchísimas cosas de él. Hoy en día me toca verlo mucho Joseph, como te digo, hizo una carrera de admirar en el Atlanta. Y la verdad creo que vamos a hacer una muy buena dupla adelante. Creo que nos complementamos bien. Obviamente recién él tiene 3-4 días entrenando con nosotros, pero poco a poco nos vamos a ir entendiendo aún mejor, y yo creo que se ve reflejado en la cancha. Así que feliz de tener un jugador de la calidad como la de él, y sobre todo por la buena persona que le va a hacer muy buena al equipo.
José.
Phil, I wanted to ask you about Rodolfo, of course. How is he doing? I want to know if he's your 10 right now. Is he going to play the role that we saw Pozuelo maybe last year? Where do you see him playing for you in 2023?
He's doing great. I think Leo will obviously back me up in terms of sort of like his attitude and demeanor around the place. He's almost like a fresh new player. So we're really pleased with his attitude and his performances in training. Now we need to transfer that onto the field. And I think with Rodolfo, I think you'll see tomorrow he's going to be playing probably more as a midfield 8 or 10. Sorry, midfield 8 rather than a 10. But there'll be times when we'll switch him into the 10 position as well. So we see his great quality in terms of his energy, the fact that he can take the ball. Obviously, that Bryce Duke's not playing tomorrow as well means that he's going to have to play in that 8 role. It suits him. He played it in the first year that I had him here, when we went to a 3-5-2 or a 3 midfield. I thought he was outstanding in that role. And he's got an infectious personality that the boys have really took to.
We're going to go to the call to Jonathan Segal of MLSsoccer.com.
Hey, Phil, thanks for the time. Wanted to ask you about 2 ones. First being Joseph's addition, and just what your expectations are for him as a player who is still trying to recapture some of those great heights he had at Atlanta, and just how productive you think he can be for Miami. And secondarily, the player sitting next to you, how Leo and Joseph can work together. Are we seeing shades of that Gonzalo-Leo dynamic last year? Kind of how you plan to manage that, having 2 great strikers at your disposal?
Well, we're excited to have Joseph on board. I think when you just see his statistics in the MLS, he's a game changer with the amount of goals that he scored in such a short space of time. And I think he's really hungry, and He's hungry to break that all-time leading goal scoring record in the MLS. That's his goal, and that tells me that the boy will work hard. He'll be part of a team. He's got an infectious personality. Every time you speak to him, he's got that little glint in his eye that tells you he's here to have fun, and he plays with fun, but he's here to win, and that's. You know, when you talk about the management of a player, if a player has that winning mentality, then that will rub off on the players. Now, what I would say about the two centre forwards, one next to me here, and Joseph and Ariel Laster and Jake Carver and Robbie Robinson, we've got incredible depth now at centre forward, and I think that what tells you is that we're going to play a certain way. I think we all feel and we all felt that we didn't score enough goals last year. We all felt that, particularly when we didn't have Leo and Gonzalo on the pitch at the same time, we were a goal threat. When we did get Leo on the pitch with Gonzalo, we were scoring 2, 3, and 4 goals. So I think this year we're going to be a team that's going to attack. We're going to be a team that's going to go for it. We're going to be a team that's going to be heavily weighted in the forward area because we need to commit more men forward. And I think with the signing of Leo and the signing of Joseph, I've got to say that the signing of Leo was equally as important as the signing of Joseph. We've seen Leo as a massive part of this club. From the day that we saw him, the day that we met at the facility, I talk about Joseph's star quality, this boy's got star quality too, and he's brave, he's courageous, he's in the right place at the right time. He knows what he wants and he knows where he's going. And so when you have two of those in the same team, you hope that we're going to get goals, and I'm really excited to get them two playing together with the challenge of all the strikers that we've got as well.
We're gonna go to Michelle.
That was actually my longer question, so good for you.
Thank you.
Saved some time there.
You don't have a question?
I do, just a short one though.
Yeah.
The 2 new Argentine players, when do you expect them, what's their status?
The visa? Yeah, if we're on a visa, we're hoping that we're going to be here. Stefanelli will be here before their group, so I think we'll sign up to Stefanelli quicker. So I'm hoping that Stefanelli will be here in the next, I'm going to say, somebody told me today 2 to 5 days. Now that's a bit broad. I'm hoping it's 2 more than 5, but he's going to be here in the near future. Negri, I think it'll be probably into February.
Can I just ask one quick, I know you have to go to your appointment or whatever, your lunch, whatever. Can you just tell us a little about both of those players? You know, what do you think they're both gonna
Yeah, it
bring?
was Stefanelli's goals. Stefanelli's goals, and he's not a centre forward. He plays on the left, he plays 10, or he plays on the right. So he's more of a floater around the number 9. And he's got incredible energy. You'll see for yourself that when he gets it, he never stops talking. His personality is infectious. He speaks perfect English. He's playing in a really good league in Europe. There's tough, there's physical tough. We felt that the Scandinavians that come, they're all really tough guys. And he's playing in that league. He's going to be a major asset for forward in his club. In his career, he's scored 8 to 10 goals every single season. So you think about more goals added to the team. Franco is someone that we've been watching for a long time. He used to play left wing, and he's now been converted over the last 3 or 4 seasons to left back. He's an attacking left back. You think about, we played Chris McVeigh there last year. We were very one-sided in our attacks, where this year I think we'll have better balance, better options with Kieran and with Noah there as well. So it's another forward attacking player. The thing with Franco is he's got experience as well. He's 27. He's played in the Argentine league, where it's tough, where you have to defend 1v1, where defenders really have to earn their money. And from every conversation that we've had with both players, I think there'll be major assets for both.
Last question, Thiago from Territorio MLS.
Good afternoon, Coach Neville. You have a career history with Vasco da Gama. You play against them from Manchester United at Maracanã for the FIFA Club World Cup in 2000. And I would like you to tell me if you have any memory of this match, of Rio, of the Vasco fans, and what you expect from tomorrow game. Do you know anything about the Vasco da Gama?
Well, I got the most incredible memories from that game against Vasco da Gama, because I got married 4 days before that. And the day after the wedding, I had to fly to Brazil for the World Cup Championships. And then we played Vasco da Gama, and we played in the Maracanã, and the Maracanã is one of the most famous stadiums in the world, and when the fans jump up and down, the stadium shakes. So that was a great experience. Then we played against one of the greatest centre forwards, Romario. You heard of Romario, and Edmundo, two great strikers. And it's funny because for the last week, me and my brother had probably one of his poorest ever games for Manchester United. I think he would give away all 3 goals. I think we give away all 3 goals, and we call it Fiasco da Gama because it was such a fiasco for my brother. So when this friendly was announced, I sent it straight to my brother and said, "I'm glad you're not playing in this game." So it was a fantastic experience. I love Brazilian football. I love Brazilian culture and everything that they stand for. And I think tomorrow we'll be playing up against a team that play the Brazilian way. They are brave. They attack. They have good forward players that just play free, and that's why I'm really looking forward to the game. And yeah, I've got great memories of Vasco da Gama.
Thank you, coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. That
Thank you very
concludes
much.
the press conference. Yeah.